Cruise layoffs begin as GM winds down Robotaxi business. General Motors GM has officially launched layoffs at its self-driving Robotaxi business Cruise, coming just months after the automaker first announced plans to cut funding and wind down operations for the startup. In December, GM said that it would funding and end Cruise after the company lost its permit to operate autonomous vehicles and saw major staff shakeups following an accident involving one of its robotaxis in October 2023. In an all-hands meeting on Tuesday, Cruise said that GM has officially acquired the remainder of the company as it starts to lay off 50% of its remaining staff, according to a report from The Verge. We are grateful for their passion and contributions to help us reach this stage, and our focus is on supporting them into their next chapter with severance packages and career support, said Sarah Autio, a Cruise spokesperson. While not an easy decision, we are focused on combining efforts with General Motors to accelerate autonomy at scale on personal autonomous vehicles. With the winding down of Cruise, GM will move away from the commercial robotaxi business altogether and instead focus on in-house driver assistance development. By combining the specialized technology and talent at Cruise with our team developing Super Cruise, we'll have the ability to accelerate our work on both assisted driving and autonomous driving, said Dave Richardson, SVP of Software and Services Engineering at GM. We look forward to teaming with Cruise to accelerate our work together. The October 2023 accident and subsequent downfall, just a couple of months after gaining approval to operate its autonomous ride-hailing service 24 hours a day in San Francisco. A Cruise robotaxi seriously injured a pedestrian who had been hit by a vehicle with a human driver on October 3, 2023. The pedestrian was plunged into the path of the Cruise vehicle by the first impact, at which point the robotaxi attempted to engage an emergency pullover maneuver, dragging the pedestrian and eventually stopping and pinning the person under its rear axle. Authorities arrived on scene and used the jaws of life to lift the vehicle off the pedestrian before rushing them to the hospital, according to the San Francisco Fire Department. The California Department of Motor Vehicles, DMV, immediately suspended Cruise's permit to operate autonomous vehicles after the accident. Multiple founding executives would go on to step down from the company, and an initial round of layoffs affecting about a quarter of the company came a couple of months later. Cruise also faced significant scrutiny over its failure to disclose certain details about its response to the accident. Facing investigation efforts from the state's DMV, the California Public Utilities Commission (CPUC), and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration (NHTSA), which later ordered the company to pay a $1.5 million fine. While GM spent most of last year talking up its efforts to regain public and regulatory trust and to relaunch Cruise services, the company announced plans to end funding for the business in December, citing the considerable time and resources that would be needed to scale the business, along with an increasingly competitive robotaxi market. Source: reposted and summarized from Zachary Visconti at teslarati.